Welcome. This is Pouring My Art Out for the Lord. My name is Debbie, and I just wanted to come on here really quick, and I want to show you what I've been doing in my Crossway Spiral Bibles. I had given a review of this set of Bibles a month-ish ago, probably a little more than that. I love them. I started making, it was hard for me to make the first entry into here because they're just so beautiful. There's a set of 5. This is just the first one, the first 5 books of the Bible, but it's got beautiful, smooth, creamy paper, lots and lots of room to write. The text is spaced really nice. It's a nice large font, so it's beautiful for reading, but it is a beautiful journaling Bible as well. So my objective this year is to write in this as I do my daily devotions in the morning, and then share things with you periodically as I go through. Maybe once a week, maybe, I'm not sure what the schedule is going to be yet, but I thought I would just do a quick little flip of what I have done so far. I just have the Pentateuch here, and I have done a couple of little entries on in other areas as well. These are my 2 primary things that I'm doing for my Bible reading. This is kind of going through the whole Old Testament to discover Jesus. It's the 1-year book of Discovering Jesus in the Old Testament by Nancy Guthrie, and it's just, there's I guess a devotion or an explanation or a commentary, kind of all 3, for each day of the year in here. So I'm just working through that. I have worked through part of it. I don't know where I got to, but maybe about a third of it in another year, but I didn't finish, so I'm hoping to finish this year, but I'm starting at the beginning again. And then the other thing I'm doing is reading through the Gospels, and this is the Gospel of Matthew, and this is a Crossway scripture journal. And I love these. There's text on this side, and there's a blank page on the right side of every single page, so that you can make lots and lots of notes. This particular one has some extra, this is actually funny. I was just making notes about this scripture this morning. It's just some beautiful artwork throughout as well. So I'm working through that. So I'm making some notes in the New Testament volume as well. But I'm going to just show you in here just really quick, because it's not really fancy or anything. But so what I've been doing is just kind of writing little blurbs. I date it with my little date stamp. So I've got 4 entries here for the beginning of Genesis 1, and just some little, mostly I'm just using washi stickers at this point. I think the Matthew one maybe has a few more, just stamping and painting a little bit, but so just a couple of pages in Genesis. I still have room on this page to do a few things, so just again a couple of washi stickers. This one is the one about rest. I have a little kitty resting on the books there, and this is talking about light. So just really simple, but I just thought I would share that quickly. And I just wanted to leave you something to think about. I had heard this idea several years ago when a theologian named Bruce Ware had come to our city and was speaking, and I went to see him. And I've seen this idea come up again and again, and I've never really I embrace the idea. I believe the idea is true, but I haven't gone through all of the logical reasoning in my head. So I thought I would just leave it with you if you wanted to, kind of ponder it at some point. So we were initially made in the image of God, but we were made after the image of Adam as well. So Adam was in the image of God. He reflected God's glory. He was sinless when he was created, but he was capable of committing sin, which he did. If Adam had not sinned, then he would have been still perfect, and we would have followed in his footsteps, and we would have been forever in the image of Adam, which is good. But God had even a better plan, because Adam sinned and fell, and God knew that this was going to happen. He knew this before the beginning of time. This was all his plan. And part of his plan was so that he could put his glory on display, his justice and his wrath and his forgiveness and his mercy. Those things would not have come into play if there was nothing to cause them to be displayed. So that was part of the reason that, not that he caused Adam to sin, but that was part of his plan. He knew that Adam would sin, so he had this plan from the beginning, from before the beginning. But as a result of that, God now is conforming us to the image of his Son, Christ. And if you look at the two Adams, there's the first Adam and the last Adam, Jesus. It is far better for us to be conformed to the image of Jesus than of Adam. So even from before the beginning, before Adam even sinned, God had a plan to make us not just in the image of Adam, whom he created, but in the image of his true Son. And then we would be co-heirs with him of everything, and we would be perfect, and we would not be able to sin. Of course, this is not, we're in the process of being sanctified to the final culmination where at the end, in final glory, we will be perfectly conformed to the image of Christ. Right now, it's a process. We're definitely not perfect yet. But just look at just ponder what would have happened, or, I mean, we shouldn't suppose what would have happened, because it didn't, and God didn't plan for it to happen. But the original plan was for us to be all in the same pattern as Adam. And because of sin, that pattern was broken, and now we are going to live in something, we are going to be something much better, and we're going to live in something much better too. Eden was a perfect, wonderful paradise, but the heavenly Jerusalem, the new heavens and the new earth, are going to be far better than Eden was. The Lamb will be the light of the new heavens and the new earth, and in Eden there was still sun and moon and stars. So even though, we kind of look at Eden and Adam and think, oh, why did they have to sin? We could have avoided all of that. And yes, we could have, but in the end, God made it far better. He made us far better, and he made our home far better at the end. So just something to ponder. It kind of just overwhelms me when I think about how good our God is, and how loving he is to be able to make us go even beyond what we can imagine, to give us, what gifts he has given us, even after we sinned, even, when we come to him in a sinful state, he still does that for us. So just something to ponder for your day or your week. And I will be back in a few days, maybe next week, and just share a little bit more of something that I learned and documented here. So thank you for tuning in. Blessings, and we'll see you soon.